I'm Robin with Oxy-Dry. Cleaning the upstairs of this house. I have 2 flights of stairs to do, as well as there's a room down in the lower level, which I've already done, a smaller room. This carpet is about 4 years old or so. Overall, it's actually not in bad shape. A little bit of wear showing on the steps. It is a polyester or Traxta, I guess. But there's a number of little stains about this big here and there, kind of dark stains, and apparently the dog had had some accidents on the carpet, and I pre-treated them with suspend with stabilized ClO2 in, and it appears that, well, the room downstairs where there was a couple, by the time I actually got there, after vacuuming everything, it looked like they'd faded away already, so looks like it's working pretty darn well. You got a couple right here. So we'll see what happens when I run over with the machine, but those ones I can still see a little bit. I did, I was actually, I needed to add a little bit of solution there, so I actually mixed up about 1 gallon, and I increased the stabilized ClO2 in there. Because just to be sure I didn't miss any areas or spots or whatever, because I found that I actually didn't see them all as I was going over them. Sometimes I moved the vacuum, I wouldn't see something, and then I moved the pile one way, and then I pulled it back, and then all of a sudden then you could see a mark. Now part of the issue was she's been using something, I'm not sure what it was she's been using to try and get these stains out, and that could be an issue. It's just a residue issue, but anyway, let's see what happens. It definitely brightening up quite a lot. Now, apparently this is the first cleaning, so 4 years old or so, first clean, and yeah, it's looks like it's cleaning pretty darn well, actually. Well, there was a couple of these dark marks in this room, but I'm not seeing them now, so it looks like they faded out already after treating with the suspend with the stabilized ClO2. I did put a little bit of Odoban in the tank as well, because I actually mixed up a gallon and put it in the tank of hot water, and I added some stabilized ClO2 in there, probably a little under 3,000 ppm. That's what I was aiming for anyway, because sometimes when you use it fresh like that, initially when you mix it up, it can kind of, you can smell the chlorine smell a little bit. Sometimes people don't like that, so I put a little bit of oil ban in there so you wouldn't smell it. That's one reason I put it in anyway. Just a little trick. It seems to actually work. But I put just enough you can just barely smell it. I don't like using anything that's got a strong odor. Normally I use no odor, but occasionally. But all these, there was a couple of black marks or dark marks right where I'm standing, and I can't see them at all, so I guess we're having success here. Having a really nice fall day today. I really like fall in the Okanagan. September, October. It can be very nice here. And then, usually in November, we got our first snow. And that's nice for a couple of days, and then it's like, okay, that's enough. But, yeah, sometimes we can have snow and snow and snow and snow. Other times, not so much. Okay, yeah, I can't see the marks at all here, so looks like we're having really good success. Be interesting to see what happens when I get to these marks over here. Ooh. Looks like they're coming out, no problem. Okay, we can go down beside the bed. I slowed down the machine just to make it less twitchy. Oh yeah. Okay. Yep, those marks are gone. That's usually what happens. Okay. Okay, we'll head over this way. Color is coming back nicely, actually. It's not that it was really not very soiled, but it's kind of dull looking. So when I clean it, it'll really brighten up quite a bit, actually. It will pop. It's one of the characteristics of the SETT method. Because we're actually scrubbing the fibers, you can really, as long as you're using a really good quality cleaning product, you're going to end up with a carpet fiber really popping. Colors really pop. Yeah, there was a couple of marks here, and I can't see them. Interesting. Don't like that. Apparently the doggy has been laying over in this corner over here, so I wanted to make sure I put some suspend in this corner, because the suspend is a surfactant, lowers the surface tension, and when we lower the surface tension, oh, that's what's going on. Lowering the surface tension gives your cleaner the ability to break through the surface tension of the oils and soils and emulsify the soil, lifting it in suspension so you can remove it. Little baby bobcat. I guess we call that a kitten. I guess. Interesting. I remember when the bobcats first appeared. Really quite a sensation. Pretty amazing to see. I guess that was back in the 70s, maybe the 80s. I don't remember exactly, but somebody got smart and it's turned into an incredible business. Just a nice little miniature excavator. What do you know? Somebody was thinking outside the box. You know, I know there's a lot of young guys watch my videos, and sometimes I say things like that, and I know it sounds a bit strange, that there's lots of things that we see now all the time that when I was younger didn't exist. Okay, I just see something here. I can see like right around this whole thing, this whole vent, there's actually quite a bit of oils here. That dog's laying all over that vent too. So I'm gonna put that on there. Pretty good. And then I'm gonna go and do the other side, and then I'll come back. Let it sit for a couple of minutes. Yeah, sometimes when I think about that, you know, things that are around now that weren't not that many years ago, I realized I've been at this for a long time. You know, when I started 30 years ago, here's an interesting thought. When I started doing the Oxy-Dry business, you know, I started my business 30 years ago, there really was almost nobody cleaning with rotaries and pads. Yes, Chem-Dry was around, and of course rotostatic, but nowhere near the size of the business as Chem-Dry by any means, and Fabrizone, and I guess there probably was you know, the occasional guy out there doing it on his own. Actually, I remember there was a guy there for a while there. It was more than 20 years ago now, and he was marketing a carbonation thing, and I think that he was selling products and everything, and I think that Chem-Dry went after him, made him close down. But anyway, way back when I began, over 30 years ago now, there really wasn't anybody doing this method. And that was before the OP machines came on the market. I mean, maybe they were, I'm not sure how long ago. John Gurkink was the one that sort of brought them into the, you know, everyone's radar, I guess. But, yeah, but I was started this 30 years ago. And then over 10 years ago, 13 years ago or so, I started putting my videos out. I really didn't know if anybody was actually going to be interested in what I'm doing. But I just started plugging away. I made a few, and then I stopped it for a while, and then I started up again. And anyway, the rest is history. And now, of course, we've got a number of guys out there that are putting out videos, I guess, but and some are you know, reputable guys, some not so much. Some are good examples, and you can learn from. Others are not a good example. Not a good idea to take their bad advice. A lot of guys that were promoting you know, cleaning products that are not safe to be using, not healthy. I think they've pretty much stopped doing that now, I think. I hope so. Hopefully they've mended their ways or whatever, I don't know. But I think I've been, from the very beginning, always saying, you know, you need to raise your standards and use safe products and do things the right way. Not everybody's done that. Some guys have been all about trying to show you that you can do this cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, and that's not wise. Anyway, so let's go over here, and we'll take a look at the pad. And then I actually got to go. I'm going to do the landing with this, and as well the landing from down below me. There's another one, other set of stairs, because there's some stains on both these landings, especially the one at the bottom, or the lower set of stairs. Looks like the doggy had accidents there. So we'll take a look at the pad here before I do that. Oh, not bad. Fairly dirty. Not too bad. Okay, I'll let you go. Thanks for watching and have a good day.